But I just wanted people to know that anything that I do with the people that they say that I'm a racist sympathizer with is on my Instagram. I keep the Chili de Castro interview is on my Instagram. The 3-part Misfit Patriot is on my Instagram. I address the issue. I tell them what their problem was that they did. They explain to me what happened. I tell them they're still wrong. I tell them how to change. And I let them know if they don't change, then there's no coming back from that. I'm respectful to everybody I speak to except for people that's done me wrong. And with Misfit, when he first posted Patrick video,
Sorry.
he was going through some sort of court thing with his family. So I commented on his page and I said, "Hey, this is a man. Don't do this right now," because this is before I knew how bad Pat was. And Misfit did a response video. And he said, "Because I respect you, Granny," because I've never cursed him out. I've never disrespected him like everybody else when I address serious issues with him. He said, "Because I respect you, I'm going to take it down and I won't address him anymore." So when I sit there and I said, I miss him, I miss the person before he stepped over the line and
I
said that,
understand that.
that as well. As far as Chili, I'm the only one that followed Chili, me and Sobe. We didn't even know each other back then. But we were the only ones that was in his live streams. So when he turned racist overnight, or at least a bigot overnight, I had questions because nobody else knew him. And that's it. They want to paint the picture that I'm this horrible person because I sit down with racists. I've been doing it for months, since July of 2021. My brother is a Trump supporter. I sit down and talk to people about their situation. So I don't want them to continue to use that and try and use that against you guys and say you guys sympathize with racism. My actions toward people and how I speak to them when I'm doing my thing, that's just my way that I do it. I'm not going to cuss racists out. That's just not my character.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
So I have a question because I do not rock with. Hold on. I do not rock with Misfit Patriot. I would never have Misfit Patriot on my live. I've heard what he said. I've seen what he's done. He is an absolute racist. So I guess I like, regardless of whatever else is going on, being centered on that. Why do you entertain him?
Well, the first time I seen him, I seen what he said to Modern Warrior, and that wasn't a racist statement. That was a bad choice. They began calling him a racist, doing all this stuff. So then they found, like y'all found with Casey Camden 12 years ago or 10 years ago, something on the internet. Before they even found that, they was already threatening the RAPE, his 70-something-year-old mother. They talked about his dead brother. They drug him just like they do everybody else on here.
You're talking about they drug Misfit?
Yes, before they found the N-word, when they found the N-word. My thing is, when I talked to him after I seen all this, I went to his live stream and looked at the whole thing, and he wasn't supposed to be watching me. But I asked him, I said, "Are you doing this because you're being performative, or are you doing this because you really believe it?" And that's as far as the Trump stuff. And at that point, he told me, he said, "Well, one, I'm doing it just to get back at them for everything they've done. But two, some of the things I believe." And I said, "Well, this is not the time for me to talk to you because I see that you're just being an asshole." So I left him alone and I never addressed him because at this point, he was too busy in fight mode to sit down with and talk to about actual real issues. So that's the only time he's ever been on my live was when Sobe asked him to be on the live. I've been on his live streams once to talk to a Native American woman because my grandma was raised on a, reservation, and he was quiet the whole time. And the first time, so it's
But you
been,
know his content, right?
yeah, I've seen his content.
And you know his content is racist.
Yeah, I told him that I would speak to him when the time was right. And when Sophie wanted to talk to him and interview him, then
The
I
time
asked
is
him about
right.
some things.
What does
Yeah,
that mean?
because it would be a waste of time.
What do you mean?
Because as I mentioned before, he was in rage mode, just trying to, trying to piss people off. And he wasn't really trying to listen at that time. That'd be a waste of my time. It would be in
So
vain.
I guess my question is, why would you want to even have a conversation with him if he's been so dismissive thus far? Like, why do you entertain him when
The
he
same reason
is
they do.
so far from the culture and obviously disrespectful to the culture? Why do
The same,
you entertain him?
the same reason that Karen and I speak and everybody else has.
I'm
My
not
thing is,
asking about
why
Karen and
can't
I speak, Granny. You're in my
my
live. I'm asking about you. I already
my
know about
question
them.
is my question is why am I entertaining him and why am I not getting down to the bottom of the problem? Because at the end of the day, if we get them off of the app, they're still going to be officers. They're still going to
Misfit
be
isn't part of the problem. He's not even part of the community. You're bringing him into the community.
okay. So what I'm saying is, after we get them off of the app, they don't rehabilitate. There's nothing there. So they're still going to go off of this app and become officers, raise kids, be around people. There's still going to be supervisors. There's still going to be judges. There's still going to be cops. So we
Okay, hold
have to be
on,
able,
Granny. I
if
gotta hold up. I gotta start right here because Misfit Patriot works in construction. He's worked in construction for years. So Patriot isn't something that's gonna go off the app and be a teacher and be around our community. Misfit Patriot deals specifically in construction. So when I ask you, what my
mm-hmm.
question to you is, why do you entertain Misfit Patriot? Not as far as diversity and because he will
I'm
never be on
answering
my
the question.
motherfucking platform ever.
I'm, I'm answering your question. Proximity. I believe in eight degrees of separation. I believe that if I'm talking to Misfit on a platform of a lot of conservatives there and a lot of young conservatives that are listening, when I speak to them and they're able to hear me, they're able to make a choice at that point because they're hearing another's perspective, whether they like it or not. I get attacked either way, whether I'm talking about how I do it or whether I'm in their live stream. So to me, it's proximity. He is close to people that may be in that situation. And because
What
of that,
situation?
where they could be cops, they could be mayors, they could be senators, they can be doctors, judges,
Misfit Patriot?
is in close proximity with other conservatives that are in positions to do
Are
things.
you conservative?
No, I'm a Democrat
So why are you in discussion with
because
like
that's what we do.
you're okay? I understand the political pool and you know the banter and the back and forth and the rebuttals and all that, the left wing, the right wing. I don't give a shit about that shit.
Yeah, I
All
don't
I
either.
want to know is, as with like, you have a large impact within the community on this app,
Yes.
and I've never really engaged. I've watched your content, but I full stop at Misfit Patriot. I full stopped at Misfit Patriot with Patrick and their fucking bromance. So I'm gonna match the same energy. Full stop at GrannyCoyBundy entertaining Misfit Patriot. This is a whole ass racist. He's just the same as Jolly Ginger.
So
And you're
one, I'm
entertaining
a
him.
lobbyist.
So
One,
tell
I'm a
me
lobbyist, so
why.
I entertain racists all the time because I'm a lobbyist. I see Democratic racists and I see Republican racists. I've been doing this for a long time where I've sat down with racists and talked to them. I'm not going to change because I come on the app. And
So
I've been
my
doing this
question to
before
you, that's
anybody knew who
fine.
I was.
You be you, but I have a question because it's very interesting to me. Like, not interesting in a sarcastic way. I'm actually very interested. Why do you have an interest in racists in the sense of, in the realm of talking, conversing with them? Like, Jolly Ginger, because this
I
is
don't
what's
like
giving.
him.
Wait. This is what it's giving to me. Jolly Ginger is a reformed racist. Misfit is a known racist. And with the perpetuation of your enablism, he'll become a reformed racist. And then it perpetuates this sense that it's okay because we have people in our community that allow conversations with people who say they're self-proclaimed racist. So I really don't understand what you're doing. Like for the
I'm about to
community,
explain it to you.
like I'm not against you, but I don't vibe with you. I don't rock with you because you
I don't
entertain
mind because
racists.
I do this on my own for my own reasons. When Malcolm X came back from his pilgrimage in Mecca, one of the things he said was, they are teachable. And you can't condemn every white
Who's
person.
teachable?
White people.
Okay, white people are teachable by white people on learning and relearning. They're not teachable by GrannyCoyBundy teaching them.
You
I
don't know
think that's
that.
where the misconnect is coming from, like the
But that's your
disconnect.
opinion. That's your opinion. And I'm going to respect your
You're
opinion.
entertaining
But I'm
racists
not.
that
That's
aren't
your
on.
opinion.
Wait, GrannyCoy. You're entertaining racists that are not on learning to relearn on their own. They're coming to you and looking for a direction, an instruction, a validation, and you're giving it to them.
No,
They're
not
not
exactly.
doing the work on their own. They're
Yeah,
not
they are.
out in the community stomping. Misfit, I don't like Patrick. You know that. But Misfit just called Patrick the N word and told him to get his ass the fuck over there. Now,
Me and
I don't
Sophie
give a
addressed
really
it.
fuck about that because Patrick entertained his motherfucking ass too. So if you entertain it, then you ride with it. And that's the same thing I'm saying with you. If you entertain it, then you ride with it. I don't entertain or ride with that shit. It
All
doesn't
right.
intertwine in the realm that I work in or the circle. My space is
Mm-hmm.
very protected and it doesn't include wannabe reformed racists. This is
Mm-hmm.
the fucking wildest shit I ever heard. And I'm
Well,
older than you.
if you let me tell you something.
I
Um,
will.
so when I first began doing this online, I would go into a Trump supporters live stream because they were giving misinformation. And they would tell me all these great things that Trump did, but they would also tell me these horrible things that Obama did. So I would tell them, you go look at whitehouse.gov archives for Obama, and I'll go look for Trump. And when we come back tomorrow, we will talk about what each other has done. I'll go look at Trump, and they will go look at that, and we sit down together and we talk about it. That's the first step because they actually went and looked for it. They actually went and looked at something else rather than their echo chamber telling them the same thing. Now, whether that's progress, I don't know.
I
But at
just
least
think we're
it's
looking in different
progress.
directions, and that's what the issue has always been.
But what I did was I also showed them screenshots that when Trump was in office, the things about Obama was there. Nobody doctored it up. I go into extensive things with them. When I talked about vaccines and unvaccinated situations, I brought doctors in. I talked to them about the origins of COVID. I have different discussions with them. They're not all just racist. Yes, Misfit, he has,
How do you know that?
because my brother's a Trump supporter and he's
It
not a
doesn't
racist.
matter, but you don't know them.
And you don't know me. Like
But
I
I
don't think
do
you've
by
ever
what
seen
I'm
me.
watching on you, by what you're presenting. You're presenting that you align and have conversations with
How
racists.
do I present that?
You had a live with Misfit Patriot last, what, 24 hours ago?
So
You done
every
it.
black person that's done a life with him are
I
aligning
have
with
not.
racists.
And neither has Blaze.
I said every
And neither
black
has
person
Alicia.
has.
And neither has Polisa. Like, not every black
I don't,
creator has done that. But you have. And so has
but I'm not the
Patrick.
only one.
No, I'm not saying you're the only one, but you're the only one in my live right now.
Well, I'm not gonna change what I do. I don't hate any race. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying you guys do, but I'm
Misfit
definitely not a
Patriot
black
is not a
nationalist.
race. He's a racist.
I don't
There are
hate.
white people that I am very well, comfortable around, and I can align with on certain, aspects. But when it comes down to using I don't give a hell what, I don't give a goddamn what part of the N word that white motherfuckers use. None of it. None of it. They're not entitled to none of it.
Right.
And
We've told them that.
hold on, GrannyCoyBundy. You know damn well Misfit Patriot sat on his live and he told Patrick, a black man, get your ass over here with the hard ER.
Not the hard ER.
Yes,
I heard it. I literally heard it right before he came on live stream because
I don't do that shit at all. I don't give a fuck how many followers you have. I do not care how fucking many followers you have. Let this be known. I will drop you out my fucking box and out my fucking circle. Quick as shit. I do not rock with Misfit. I do not rock with Jolly Ginger. I don't rock with any reform or wannabe reform or any alliances, bromances, bromance. I don't give a fuck. Y'all got me fucked up. Seriously, no. I have no. Absolutely not. I just found out who my grandmother, my biological grandmother was less than 6 months ago. And here's GrannyCoyBundy having conversations, arguing with me about whether it was the hard ER or it was an A or an AH. I know you got me fucked. You got me wrong. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I need a sip. Y'all, what is happening? That part right there. She's romanticizing racism for views. Blaze, did you fall asleep? Yes, and no reform.
No, I'm here.
I know, like, I understand you
You
and
don't have
Bundy's
to explain nothing to
relationship.
me. You don't
I
have to
can't,
explain nothing.
right. This is not, Granny Coy, this has nothing to do with Blaze. This is how I feel, is how I feel.
So I was just going to sit back and listen. I didn't want to get involved in the conversation.
I
This
cannot
is your
go with
platform.
someone who rocks with, no, it wasn't the hard ER. I know what that motherfucker said. That motherfucker said the hard ER. And he told that motherfucker to get over there. I don't rock with Patrick, but I do not rock with that motherfucker. You know what, GrannyCoyBundy? You know what Misfit Patriot is? He's the motherfucker that will entice you down to the backwoods and then have you out there strung up. You don't know what you play with the wrong ones. Yeah, he ain't. Misfit Patriot. And Patrick likes that shit, dude. Too. They play that shit around for likes and clicks and views. So you and Patrick and Misfit can go be what the fuck ever y'all want to be. Keep that shit out of my space. I don't give a fuck about 3.5 million. I don't give a fuck about 1.5 million. I don't give a fuck about 875K or whatever the fuck it is. Go clickbait yourselves to fucking death. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna woosah, and then that's gonna be that. I might even block her for that shit. The fuck? He did not say the hard ER. Seriously. Y'all heard it right. He did not say the hard ER. I want the video too, City. No, bullshit. That was offensive to me. No, we're not blocking Granny. No, we're not doing that. But I do not want to have another conversation like that. I don't even want, like, you go do what you do. Like, I've been around these white motherfuckers in Canada. I already know the misfits of the misfits of the fucking misfits. You ain't gonna tell me he did not say the hard ER. Because now you're telling me I'm lying. Me, in the spectrum of black, the diaspora, you're telling me I'm lying? And that motherfucker's telling the truth? You got me fucked up. I'm offended. Right? It wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, I told Granny how I feel about him multiple times. I'm still going to spend a block on that fool too.
Misfit and Granny and right, he said it.
Him and Zach,
Granny and Patrick and Coop. They all do that. They do it for click and views. It's the way
and
they
Karen
boost their
too.
algorithm.
And Karen too.
And Karen too. There's a couple more missing too. But goddamn, it's late. And I'm fuzzy. But I know the hell she said. He did not. Yes, the hell he. I don't even need to have this conversation no more. Misfit said the hard ER. I listened to that bitch like 10 times at least.
I don't care if it was the hard ER or the A. He ain't supposed to be saying the crap at all.
He said it.
I heard him, right? Because if he'd have said that in front of me, he'd have had no teeth.
Right. Oh.
What's going on, my boy?
I do not do that, y'all. I do not. I'm not playing about that. I am not playing.
Don't tell me what to do with my platforms. Don't tell me how to talk to racists as a black person. Don't tell me how to deal with Misfit, how to deal with Chili, how to deal with any other white people that I ever come across. I'm not dumb. I know how to talk to white people. Like white people know how to talk to us without cussing people out and coming up with solutions and actually having a conversation. I don't care if you guys don't like him, but don't lie on me. Literally lied on me. I don't care how many followers you have. You're not gonna come in here and gaslight me. That's weird. I literally just showed you that this man didn't say what you said he said.
You don't want me getting to this point where I call you out to the point where you have to fucking answer. That motherfucker needs to get over here. Tell that what? That nigga to get the fuck over here. I'll say it again. That nigga to get the fuck over.
But you want to yell at me because you said, especially a man that says the hard R word. And he said the soft A one. No, he didn't. Click, you're out of here. Well, okay, if you want to lie to kick it, then fine. If you want to lie to make it look like you're doing something great, then fine. I'm tired of these performative MFers. I'm tired of them, bro. I never rocked with you anyways. We're not friends. Like, for real. Like, I literally just unblocked you. And then I block you again because that was stupid. And you're going to sit there and lie on me. No. If you're going to sit up here and say something in a conversation where you're trying to put me down, I'm going to correct you if you're wrong. And when I correct you and you knock me out the box and act like I'm lying, then you're the problem. Then you're the problem. I knew you was like that. And that's why I told people this morning, I was like, I'm blocking them. They not cool. I already knew. See, never again will I ever. I swear to goodness, that's why I don't know why they be messing with people, man. They talk to everybody. They trust everybody. She gonna turn on them just like all the other ones. She gonna say, oh, I didn't know. And then she gonna turn on them. I'm just saying, she's not loyal. She's gonna turn on him for real. I don't trust her at all. Never did, never will. I do not trust her. I didn't know who she was. She came out of nowhere. I knew something wasn't right with her. But then you sit up there and you're going to talk about me after you drop me out the box. You couldn't say it to my face and I wasn't even cussing you out. I'm not going to say who, because I don't give people free publicity on my page. I don't give people free publicity. If you know, you know. But don't act like I'm a liar, bro. Because I always, if I say something, it's because I have proof that that's what it is. I don't just give my opinion. It's not my opinion that was said. And the fact that people try and tell me, that's like you basically telling me to stop being a lobbyist. Stop sitting down with racists. Well, when I'm lobbying, I sit down with racists all the time. So does that make me when I'm lobbying for black rights, does that make me a racist sympathizer when I'm lobbying for black rights? When I know that the bigger picture is proximity, when I know that if Misfit is friends with somebody that has a kid that may be a lawyer or a doctor or a judge in the future, I want to help him or the people watching him to understand that we can have civil conversations without acting like hoodlums. Why we gotta yell at everybody? Why we gotta scream? Why we gotta talk bad about people? Why we gotta talk about sexual things with them all the time? That's weird. Exactly. Sister girl just, exactly. Let me tell you, sister girl, that was insanity. That was insanity. You know, I don't trust nobody on this app, sister girl. They all be doing the most. It's just crazy. And they don't get it. It's like, why would you have... I understand you have trauma. Not her, but just us in general as a people. Really? I believe it's sister girl just. But my thing is, I understand we have trauma, but we have to be able to work things out. And we have to be able to figure it out. Very childish, Virgo. Exactly. Don't know how that exactly. And that's what I was worried about when I first started doing it. So this is what happened. The reason why I first started talking to, and I gotta go wash my face again. I just washed off some of it. But the reason why I first started talking to Trump supporters and what people called racists, right? The reason why I started talking to them is because there was kids in the comments and young people, young adults, and all I seen was people arguing. Nobody was talking. So I seen that the kids were watching this. So I wanted to show the kids that we can have civil conversations. White and black people, Latino people, Native American people, Asian people. We could have civil conversations and disagree on something. And we can come back around and talk again. But that's ableism. If you don't work together as a country and you completely separate yourself, that's black nationalism. That means you don't want to work with any other race but black people. You only want white people to learn from white people and black people to learn from black people. But except for the white people that are okay with how you treat them. White people that are okay with being called, you know, whatever names. Exactly. That's a conversation. I don't understand. And then I was having a conversation with that person and she couldn't even have that conversation. Malcolm X did say, let me find this because I actually did a video about Malcolm X. Let me turn this down. I actually did a video about it in February. Or actually in March. Let me see. Malcolm X Granny. Because I'm going to tell you what he said. I couldn't figure out when I was talking to her where the conversation was. Good morning. I couldn't figure out where the conversation was. But I have it in here because... Oh, I know where it is, you guys. I know where it is. It's in my videos. It's privated. Because it was during the time that all that stuff was happening to me and people was doing what she did to me. She did the same thing that they did. And, you know, I already went through it, so it didn't hurt my feelings. My heart did beat a little bit because I was unhappy that Blaze would align himself with somebody that thought that way. Like, Blaze was never like that, and he's still not, you know? I figured she is. Exactly. I didn't know she wasn't drinking, but for her to do that, she'll never have another with me, ever. I don't give, no, when you're sitting there and you do that in a public setting, that's why me and old girl don't talk, because she did that in a public setting. You know, if I'm able to be calm enough to allow you to disrespect me the way that you do, you should be able to speak to me in a respectful manner, because to me, like, a racist hasn't even talked to me like that. So I question their logic when it comes to calling people racist. And I may upset people by saying that, but like I said, black people is disrespecting me more on this app than any racist that I've ever came across. They've never treated me the way that these people have treated me on this app. And it's cool. I accepted the fact that we literally just have people that just hate our own people. And I will call them every name in the book, every doggone name in the book, because they've called me that. But to call me an ableist, that's weird. That is weird. But you know what? They say that a drunk person speaks their true mind. So if she truly feels that way, then she'll live with that, because I'm not going to help her out with that one. Exactly. And that's the fact. That's the thing. She listened to narratives about me. You can tell. Because if you really knew anything about me, you know what I do. You know what kind of conversations I have with Republicans and conservatives and people that you deem to be racist. But I could tell she didn't know anything about me, and that's sad. And she just spread a narrative along with them. So at this point, it's just like, you know, I don't want to talk to anybody. I mean, I'll talk to people, but I'm definitely not talking to anybody anymore. You know, I give people that don't deserve my time. And they just treat me like they do. So, should have had respect for you enough to try and not destroy your career. Exactly, Virgo. Exactly. But, you know, you can't expect the same from others that you would give to them. So, I'm not going to bad talk her or anything. I'm just going to not ever deal with her again. I'm trying to find this doggone video that has the Malcolm X information in it. Let me tell you something, sister girl Jess. I've been valued more in conservative conversations than I have in black conversations. I don't know why they act like white people don't exist. That's blowing my mind. It goes, my religious pilgrimage, Hajj, to Mecca has given me a new insight into the true brotherhood of Islam, which encompasses all the races of mankind. The pilgrimage broadened my scope, my mind, my outlook, and made me more flexible in approaching life's many complexities and in my reactions to its paradoxes. At Mecca, I saw the spirit of unity and true brotherhood displayed by tens of thousands of people from all over the world, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans. This served to convince me that perhaps some American whites can also be cured of the rampant racism which is consuming them and about to destroy that country. Why does nobody see that? This is the actual letter. It's the letter of the Egyptian Gazette, August 25th, 1960. And she acted like I was talking crazy or something. I mean, Malcolm X said this. I can't think of his actual name. Let's see what that says. I hate the fact that we have other women trying to tear other... I agree. But he said, clear as day, when he talks about at Mecca, he says, at Mecca, I saw the spirit of unity and true brotherhood displayed by tens of thousands of people from all over the world, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans. This served to convince me that perhaps some American whites can also be cured of the rampant racism, which is consuming them and about to destroy that country. In the future, I intend to be careful not to sentence anyone who has not first been proven guilty. I must repeat that I am not a racist, nor do I subscribe to the tenets of racism. I can state in all sincerity that I wish nothing but freedom, justice, and equality, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all people. Why? What is going on, y'all? It's like I don't get it. Why do they quote Malcolm and they talk about Malcolm and they say that Malcolm, you know, they talk about nationalism, they talk about all this stuff about Malcolm X, but they don't listen to him, y'all. They don't listen to him. I've been listening to Malcolm and Martin ever since I was a kid, and I take what they say verbatim. I take it literally. They say, why do you sit down with racists? You're enabling racists. Why Malcolm tell you to? Why did Malcolm tell you to? They do pick and choose the parts. They do. And it's just ridiculous. And it saddens me that we're going through the same exact thing as they went through back then. And we can't get it. But if they read that and listen to what he's saying, they would understand. I agree, Kay. But instead, they want to make me the enemy like they did Malcolm. They want to harm me. And, you know, I'm not trying to make myself Malcolm or Martin. But anytime you see a black person coming together for the betterment of all black people and all people, they want to hurt us. They want to put us down. They want to talk about us. They want to drag us. That's weird. Can we all grow? How can we grow as a community if we don't have these tough discussions? If we don't have a chance to sit down and talk with the other side to see what we need? Don't stop hating because they hate us. We have to stand together. Amen. I agree, man. I can't with these. They're stuck in their ways. They're stuck in their ways, and anybody else that thinks like them, I can't deal with them. I can't do it because they stopping the progress. The progress still needs to be made. I understand people in the comments like, you got to get them young. No, it don't matter how old they are. They're going to have kids too. They got nieces and nephews. They got friends that got kids. We get everyone. I don't rely on white Google to teach people about black struggles because white Google don't know nothing about black struggles. I can't even talk. People are tired. I know, right, Penny? I agree. I understand why people are tired. I do. But we can't give up. The same way that they out there fighting, the same way we gotta fight too. Certain stuff that needs to be talked about for the future of our generation's sake. It does. And if the first step means apologizing to Petty Rowe, you know what? These are the challenges that we get. I'm not an evil person, but I can get real evil. So I was evil when Petty was talking about me and making fun of me and allowing people to do that. And I hurt her feelings. I'm gonna apologize to her for hurting her feelings by the name I called her. Because I can't be a better person if I'm not caring about every one of them. Thank you, Shadow. Just because she mean to me don't mean that I can't care about her. And that's the thing. I got tired of caring about people that didn't care about me. I got tired of fighting for people that didn't give a care about if I survived or not. But it's all right, you know. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. You know, I ain't gonna use no excuses. I'm 48 years old. I've been through good and I've been through bad. Thank you, Shadow. You're right, Virgo. That's the saddest part, Virgo. I've gained so many friends. I'm sorry. Some of them are my friends, but some of them are. Like, people don't know how much I love my followers, bro. So if I love my followers, I love the people that I've came in contact with too. And I do have to let them go. Because it's just pulling me back, because it's just nothing but hate and anger and argument. Sister Girl Jess. It's okay. Thank you, Ashton. I'm kind of mourning. I'm mourning because to be honest, I'm gonna miss, I'm gonna miss Blaze. You know who I'm gonna miss the most, which is crazy? I'm gonna miss Pat. Pat is like a sitcom movie, you know? It's like watching Family Guy, the whole thing, and then they just canceling the show, you know? Yep, I am Penny. You're right, Toka. Because they're not helping us at all. It's just, I know, Sister Girl Jess, but it's like a whole reality TV show. It's like, you know, it's like when you're sitting there and you're watching Candy argue with Portia about what she said about her and her husband, and you're just arguing at the TV. That's how it is watching Pat. As bad as Pat is the most entertaining person to watch, because he's got so much going on all the time. You're right, Virgo. Like, I don't care about, like, the Ice Speaks and the Cubans and the Folds. I don't care about none of them, you know? Like, I won't miss them at all. I'm happy. But I'm gonna be honest, like, it's crazy. I can't stand Pat. He's the one that started the promo, not the promo, but the groomer thing, you know? But I'm gonna miss seeing them, you know? No, I'm gonna start though, now that I'm gonna stop watching all the TikTok drama. I haven't watched any TV shows in so long. I know, right, Virgo? But, you know, I mean, I'm just being honest, you know. I mean, it's entertainment, and that's the problem. It got deep, and now we've got Tavia crying. I understand Tavia, even though she tripping, because I've always took up for her. And she tripping, like, I'm an op, and I've never really been an op. I've always been the one getting yelled at, because I've been like, why are you bringing her kids in here? Don't do that to her kid. That's dangerous, you know. But, you know, I'll be the bad guy. They can all hate me, you know. I'm gonna walk away completely. But I'm gonna miss the followers of Blaze, and I'm always gonna talk to Sobe. A break from TikTok, you need to. Ashton, I am, but not yet. I have things I have to do. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna take all next week off. I'm gonna have the whole week off, and tomorrow I do my live stream. I might do a live stream. If I do a live stream, it'll be just me playing video games, you know. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not making any videos. I'll just do my live streams. It'll be subscriber only on Tuesday and Thursday. And then I'll just get off, you know. I'm not going to look at any comments. I'm just going to post and just go about my way. I'm not going to look at nobody's comments, nobody's lives. And I'm going to work on stuff outside of the app. What I usually do. Usually nobody sees me do stuff, but it's so hard to communicate with people without people seeing you. You know, I got some stuff to do. But I'm still going to do my activism, and I'm still going to do what I do. You know, people can get mad at me, but I don't care. I'm still going to do what I do. I'm still going to be working on things. Some things are just unfortunate, and it's okay. You talk it out. You get out what you feel. You cry it out. You smile it out. You listen to an inspirational Malcolm X that was a strong black man that stood up for our people. And because he stood up for our people, He explained how without everybody, there is no all of us. There's no us without everybody else. So Granny has to do some meditating this week and getting her life together. Hi, Basil boy. Thank you. Yeah, Granny's gonna get her life together, get her mind back on track, get back to love. I'll probably read the rest of the Malcolm X biography. Sorry about that. That was nasty. Okay, good night.